you back into retro gaming? What got you into retro gaming videos, watching retro video game videos, and what got you into making videos on YouTube? So let's start off first with the first question. What got me into retro gaming? I grew up in the 80s, and when I was a kid, I had a Nintendo, and I had a Genesis, and those were the two systems I had. Got the Nintendo first, and by the time the Genesis came out, my Nintendo just disappeared. I have no idea what happened to that Nintendo. I don't know if my mom gave it away or what she did with it, but it just disappeared the minute I got the Genesis. So, played the hell out of those systems though, and come 1994, I was in my teens at the time. I was thinking to myself, okay, well, I'm a teenager now. No one's playing video games anymore. At least the people I know never played video games. And I kind of grew out of the video game, playing video games anyways. From 1994 up until 1999. And in 1999, I went over to a buddy's place, and he was playing this game on his computer. And it really sparked my interest. And that game is Commandos Behind Enemy Lines. This is actually my second copy of the game. This one is actually factory sealed, so it kind of tells you how much I think of this game. But my buddy would be there, sitting there at his computer, making me watch him play. He would never let me play myself. So one Christmas, I asked my mom, I want to get Commandos for Christmas. And I didn't get Commandos for Christmas. They were sold out apparently. So I was disappointed. She got me something else, and I made her return it because I didn't want it. I wanted Commandos. So I got Commandos like on Boxing Day or after that. And I sat down and I started playing this. And I fell in love with this game right off the start. Like I said, this is a double pack. This has Commandos Behind Enemy Lines and Commandos Beyond the Call of Duty. The game I'm talking about is Behind Enemy Lines. They're both great games, but the one I'm talking about is Behind Enemy Lines. Basically, this game here is a strategy game, and you get 6 commandos. You have to fight through these World War II missions. Each commando has special abilities and all that kind of stuff, so you gotta really think about what you're doing if you want to get through it without being detected. So I would play through this game all through college, and I'd be up till 4 AM playing this with a buddy. So this is what got me back into gaming altogether. I can't even tell you how many times I've beaten this game. I even played through it once this year, so I still play it. It's one of my all-time favorite games. And yeah, this is the one that got me into gaming again. Now, to get to his question, what got me into retro gaming? And that is this right here, the Game Boy Advance SP. I was actually going into an EB Games here in Canada, and I still go to this EB Games. I was looking for PC games at the time, and I was just about to leave when I saw this sitting on the shelf. This was in 2000 and I want to say 2001. I think the DS had just come out at the time, and this was on clearance. So being cheap, I bought this. And the reason I bought this is because I was looking through the games that they had on the shelf that would go with this, and I saw all those old NES games that I used to play when I was a kid. And it kind of sparked my interest. This here was $100. This is my original Game Boy Advance SP, and the screen is perfectly fine, but the top is scratched to hell. But I picked it up just because I wanted to play the old Mario Brothers, Zeldas, Excite Bike, and so on. And you know, I realized I could play all these games that I played when I was a kid on this little device here. So I picked this up. That's what got me into retro gaming. But what got me into retro collecting is actually after I bought that, in 2006 I picked up a PS3. And I started playing Resistance Fall of Man because I was really into World War II games, which I still am. I would still buy them if they still made them. And don't say Enemy Front because I know that game sucks. I may still buy that though. So anyways, I wanted to get into console gaming because of Resistance Fall of Man. And it's just because of I was so into the World War II at the time. This was kind of like a World War II, but kind of different reality. So I picked up the PS3 on Christmas Day, 2006. And bought it online through Feature Shop. Ended up getting it around December 30th, and I played the hell out of Resistance Fall of Man. Shortly after that, I think by 2007, probably around the summertime of 2007, I got onto eBay, and I was looking at what kind of what I can buy on eBay. And I one day searched Nintendo, and I found a seller selling an NES with Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, and he tossed in another soccer game. And he sold it to me for $100. And this was, again, prior to me going to thrift stores. And this is also one of the very first transactions I had on eBay. I was very naive to the internet at the time, and very computer illiterate at the time as well. And I ended up buying this NES and games, and got it home eventually when it got shipped to me. Hooked it up, and I was just playing all those games that I played when I was a kid. I remember hooking it up that night. And, I mean, this guy cleaned the hell out of it. It was basically mint condition, almost like brand new. Popped in Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, the very first game I picked. And I just remember the Mario Brothers music playing, and, you know, bringing me back to my childhood and remembering all those games. So after that I played Duck Hunt, and I just remember, you know, pointing the gun at the screen, psh, 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 and, you know, those ducks falling down, and you know when you miss, the dog's coming up and he's laughing at you, right? So that kind of sparked my interest into retro gaming. After the fact, I bought a Genesis, and the goal with the NES and the Genesis was just to buy the games I had when I was a kid, and just kind of stick to what I wanted to play at the time, which was everything I had when I was a kid. Then I started watching YouTube, and I was watching Classic Game Room. And I was watching Mark do all his reviews on NES games and Genesis games and all the other retro systems. And at the time, I think I had collected most of the games that I had when I was a kid. Except for Lethal Enforcers. I think that was the only game I didn't have at the time, but every other game I had. And I started watching Mark's videos, and he was talking about all these games I've never heard of. Games like Thunder Force, games like, what do we got back here? Like Ninja Turtles, Hyperstone Heist. I never heard of that one. I played the original on the NES, but I never knew they had one on the Genesis. So watching games like that on his channel got me into watching videos on YouTube, and it kind of caused my collection to snowball from just those few NES and Genesis games I had when I was a kid to this back here. And this is only one shelf. I got, like I mentioned before, I got another shelf here, more stuff over there. But yeah, that's what got me into watching videos on YouTube. I was watching videos for years on YouTube before I actually started making videos on YouTube. what got me into making videos on YouTube was I just wanted to document my collection and kind of have it as a kind of reminder as to where my collection was at a certain point in time. And the main video I wanted to do was the room tour. And because I know I'm not going to be in this house for forever, but I wanted to kind of document what my game room was like while I was here. So that was the one video I really wanted to do, and I will be doing another one probably in December. But that's the one video I really want to do. Like I said, I wanted to document my collection, and I wanted to basically show an honest thrift store hunter and what he finds at a thrift store. Because I know a lot of people may exaggerate what they find on YouTube. I want to make sure mine was 100% honest, and that was my goal. I just wanted to be honest about it, and I wanted to document what I was finding. So I used to do a lot of live thrift store hunting videos, and my very first couple videos were not the greatest. Not that these are any better, but they're a little bit better, I would hope. So yeah, that's basically what got me into making videos, is I just wanted to document my collection and kind of keep it as a reminder as to what my collection was like. So, hope that answered all 3 of your questions.